Welcome, welcome. Good morning. I'm Ray Christ, and this is the Jaguar Path.
I'm Nina Christ, and today we are sharing the Shaman's View. We are tuning in for just 10 minutes to share with you a beautiful practice of opening the rivers within. And it's really to set us up for a beautiful, beautiful Saturday.
I'll just say really quickly before we jump in and do this awesome Tai Chi warm-up and opening the meridians, that today marks the day of the first weekend of the 9-month training of the Jaguar Path. This has been our time. This has been our cadence. Every year, every November, we begin and we go on down this trail, a path that leads us to so many discoveries. One weekend a month, we discover different things about life and different things about the nature of the self. We incorporate Tai Chi because Tai Chi is absolutely shamanic. There's one thing that we could do if someone needs help, they have blocked energy in their body to, bring out the rattle and kind of open that center, bring out a bell and encourage the energy to move. And at the same time, that is when I'm receiving a session, giving a session, I use these tools. But if I want to move the energy by myself, if I want to take life in my own hands and to keep it moving, maybe I do some sessions, but I want to keep it moving, Tai Chi is what keeps the energy moving. As I studied with my beloved teacher, Don Manuel, he explained to me that doing yoga or doing Tai Chi is what is the energetic practice of opening the rivers of the body. And the rivers of the body are the meridians. And the meridians is part of what we study and part of what we come to understand the essence of them. Each meridian holds an emotion. And if an emotion is blocked and there's too much of it, or an emotion is lacking, then the whole of the universe changes around us. We feel threatened, we feel hurt, we feel anxiety. And when those emotions, when those meridians are balanced, life is full of synchronicities and beauty. So with no further ado, let's get some synchronicities going.
Yes, and I want to say, as Ray was talking about these awakening the rivers within, if we think of our body as being such a high percentage of water, these are living waters. And so when we're awakening the waters within, it's just like when you're coming up from a rest, from sleep, if it's the morning or you've laid down, think of that moment when you first awaken. And as you first awaken, notice as you look around, as you start to hear, and you kind of start to reorient. So see this practice as a reorienting, a way to organize your nervous system so that you can really step into your day fully in your best expression of self. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so let's do our 10-minute tune in. And if you want to join us for the movement, you just need an arm's length distance. Thank you, hon. Arm's length distance from front to back and side to side. And the first thing we're going to do is just come into this standing space of meditation. And I'm smiling as I see the hummingbirds and the condors outside. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Feeling that in my heart space. So even if you soften your gaze or close your eyes, bring the tip of your tongue to your upper palate. We're going to connect the heart to the prefrontal cortex here. We're also connecting the governing meridian to the conceptual meridian, so we can connect the yin and yang, the masculine and feminine within ourselves. And as you root down through your feet, on your next inhale, feel yourself lengthen up through the crown of your head. Gently tuck your chin up and in as you find a nice long spine from the tip of your tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And draw in a nice deep breath. As you release your breath, let it out with a sigh. Inhale, let your hands sweep out and up, palms unite overhead. And a slow motion exhale, thumbs brush the front of your face, your forehead, your nose, your lips, your chin. As your hands arrive at your heart space, take this moment to come within, softening your elbows, relaxing your chin. And just take a moment to feel into how you want to show up for yourself today. With a smile arriving in the corners of your mouth and eyes, do a gentle hinge of the waist, bowing to yourself. And as you rise, Open your eyes, let your hands open, let your whole body know that you're letting go of any excess energy. And from here, we're going to come into ringing the temple bell, turning at the waist, giving a H sound. Each tap with each H sound is letting go of any stagnant energy. Let this tap go from front to back in line with the navel, and then slowly bring your hands up so that one's tapping by your collarbone. And the other one in the back is tapping up by your kidneys and your adrenal glands. Relax a little more and soften your knees so you get a little bit of a pulse, a little bounce. Keep that smile. And then slowly bring the taps back down. And start to slow down the turn until you come into stillness. Pause for a moment just to feel that energy that's awakened. And with your left hand, bring it up. Take your hand into a fist. Bring it across the center line and tap with H sounds all the way up to the side of the body, up to the armpit. Give some good. We're removing toxins. We're helping to move things in the lymph. All right, tap it down. Come around to the navel. Come straight up the center of the body. Come over to that collarbone. Give a good hug. And open the palm of the hand to the sky, tapping down the inside of the arm. Keeping that audible breath. Turn the palm over, tapping up the outside of the arm. All the way up, and then open your hand, wash all the way down, and give a good other side tap. Right up under the armpit. So important to keep the breath moving. Without the breath, we are not moving the energy. So we want to keep that moving. And tap all the way up, down the inside of the arm. Yeah, up the outside. Yeah, tap the back. And then open the hand, smooth it out, wash it down. Fingertips to thumbs, bend at the wrist. With this rotating motion, you're going to come to the back and give a good, yeah, give some good taps here. Yeah, thank you, Ray. And then the hands come back into the fist. The flat part of the fist is going to come to the glutes, tapping the entire surface area of your glutes, your buttocks. And soften the knees, hinge at the waist. You're going to tap down the back of the legs. Come around to the front of the legs without hitting the bones, coming into the muscle. Tap all the way up. Bring your hands around the waist and down the outside of the legs. At the ankles, come to the inside of the legs, tap all the way up the inside. And as you come to your hip crease, we're gonna give a little release. Keep tapping, keep breathing. And 3, 2, 1. Inhale the hands all the way up. And exhale, let the arms flow out and down. Slow motion. Feel free to soften the gaze or close your eyes. And as your hands arrive by your side, take a moment to pause and feel. As you feel the waters within flowing, awakened, take a moment to listen without concern of what you're hearing, but listening to tune in your attention inward. Take a nice deep breath in, arms flow out and up. Give an audible breath, sigh it out, arms flow back down, and let your hands just float to your heart space in this prayer position. And just bowing to yourself, honoring this day, honoring this moment, honoring this sacred space that we've shared together. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Nina. That is awesome. more ready for everything for the day.
Yes. And as I come back into this space, thank you, Ray. As I come back into this space, I'm just feeling more awakened, more enlivened, and
Here you go.
excited. Musical chairs.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And just thank you.
Yes.
I want to say that first of all, I hear a change in my voice.
Yes.
I'm much more present. I'm much more ready. This is a perfect way for a segue to prepare for our class. We're starting in 20 minutes, the first minutes of the 9-month path. The Jaguar path is our mission in life.
Yes.
And it is a way to really understand how we can open the body. So what we just did, and this is what we're going to be talking about for the next 9 months, really in so many ways, is as we open the meridians, we're balancing our emotions. As we're opening the meridians, the electricity that is running through the body, through the meridians, is now creating a more symmetric and a more expansive luminous field. When we walk with a symmetric and expansive luminous field, we're able to catch on to the synchronistic energy lines that exist in the matrix. And there's nothing unseen or crazy magic about this. Like Einstein said, this is not empty space around us. This is called the unified field. The forces of gravity and the magnetic field of the planet create, have you seen like iron filings under a magnet? They create these streams of energy. When my energy field is balanced, I tap in to the synchronicities and I tap into making a life that can be easier, can be more balanced. I can show up in my day and come from a balanced place. So I'll end with this because I can talk for 9 months.
And you will.
And I will. We both will.
Yes.
I'm going to say this. What's your predisposition today? So, we go out and we said, oh my God, I had an awful day yesterday, or I have a great day yesterday, whatever it is. How did you go? How did you start that day? And what was your predisposition as you were going around? Were you expecting, or were you something that maybe bad would happen? Were you ready to be triggered in some way or another? Is there a samskara or a trigger in you that's more ready to go? Are you leaning into an emotion, usually more than others? And there's just something to be said there about when we balance that inside, how both physically and emotionally that changes our entire life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody that's with us this morning. Thank you. And if you're interested in joining us, we are launching our training in about 15 minutes. And we are, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you. And we have friends from all around the world that will be joining us online in this beautiful sacred space, as well as Don Francisco will be offering his blessing this morning.
Don Francisco will see us off to this journey and will be watching over us throughout. He is going to be with us at the beginning of every trimester of these 9 months. Today, moving to the first trimester of Serpent, learning tools of how to shed our skin and let go of the past, how to cut cords, clear chakras, balance the energy body.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week in the Shaman's View. And if you're able to join us today for the training, we would love to share it with you. All right.
Lots of love to all.